Now it's amazing to me that his disciples can ask this question. Whence should we have so much bread in the wilderness? This is the second time they are in this position of having a multitude of thousands of people and there's not enough bread. Messiah Yeshua is essentially giving them a resit of the lesson that he gave them just a few days before. In the previous situation, he didn't want to send the people away hungry, so he asked his disciples, how much bread do we have? In this situation, it's exactly the same. But his disciples hadn't clocked on yet that when you're walking with the master, then he has the ability to give you your daily bread. That's part of the prayer he trained his disciples and the protocol thereof. Give us this day our daily bread, because he knew we being human beings need bread daily. We need food daily if we are to maintain our strength and our energy. And by this time, they'd been with him 3 days and he was concerned that they would fast returning home. They would faint returning home. So they've already seen Messiah miraculously provide for his own disciples plus the multitude. And they asked this question. And in reading this, it's mind-boggling, but at the same time, we ask the same question. We ask the same question while the Father has provided for us day after day, year after year, decade after decade. We don't have the revelation that when you are working for the kingdom, then your provision comes from the treasury house from on high. And it doesn't matter whether the provision comes through men, women, through children, through the taxman, through clients. You just find it in the way, through an inheritance, through an uncle or auntie you didn't know you had, and here's the inheritance. Or, as we will see, completely supernaturally. Father has done it from Genesis. He will do it to Revelation. Provide for his people. Even in the wilderness, provide for his people. Messiah was in no different situation than what we find in Genesis, than what we find in Exodus, all the way up to the end of the book. We have a Hagar and Ishmael crying, weeping, about to die. And I can see an oasis. Their eyes begin to open. Provisions. We see the children of Israel in the wilderness murmuring and complaining because they're thirsty, they're hungry, they want flesh. Here we have bread from heaven, quails coming through the wind, and we have water from a rock. We have Elijah. We have Elisha. We have a myriad of examples in the scripture that the Father is able to provide for you and for me because of all of the times he provided for his people in the past. And yet we, like the disciples, ask the question, when should we have so much bread in the wilderness?